You can see that the rubber is starting to get thin here on the inside of the lid. There's a big one right there. So it probably needs to be replaced, the rubber tape. It looks like it'll hold up at least one more time. And here's a corner that I cut it in a diagonal. You overlap the two pieces of rubber, and then you can just take an exact, put a cut right to the tip, and then pick the excess out. This is regular double side Scotch tape that goes underneath that rubber. You can see this rubber texture in there. That's that rubber electrical tape with a blue plastic background. You'll find it in the store. Now, now after you get the new one on, you will use this. You will take that little protuberance in there, or a hole pouch. You'll put that right in here. Now, that'll go through. Now what will happen is it'll go through the tape and the rubber, and you'll do one, and then you turn it sideways and do it again. Make sure you cut away all the rubber, and then that's done. Now you'll vacuum the foam underneath the lid first with a vacuum cleaner. Now remove the foam. Set that aside. We'll vacuum that later. And we'll see inside here, it is pretty dirty in there. There's dust all on top of the motor. And I can see this motor, the commutator, looks pretty good. And this one, it looks good too. I don't know what's wrong here, but we'll find out after we vacuum it. Okay, now I've vacuumed the inside, the foam, and all the loose dust on the both motors. This looks like the brushes are gone on this one. The complement motor looks good, and now we will replace both brushes and see if it works, because the motor looks good. So to remove the screws of the brushes, there's two on each side. It's a toughie. Anyway, it's that one, and there's a corresponding one on the other one over here. We're taking those off. I'll do that and come back. Okay, now you can see that red lead on that brass tag. That tag goes right in to the new one. It'll be on the top here. Okay, and by the way, there are no brushes left on that in that holder, so they're gone. So I'm going to put the two new ones on and see what happens. There's the old brushes, these and those, and then there's the new ones. Now you can see the difference. Incidentally too, I've got the little plastic ridge on the bottom. That's the for orientating to the housing. And these are the little brackets go over when they go over like that. And they'll hold that down. Plus we have to put the wires. I'll show you those again while they're exposed. That little brass tib and red wire go into the brush housing, and I'll show you that when I'm ready. Okay, there's one brush put in there. You can see the red lead that goes into the housing of the orange brush. Now here's what that lead looks like. I'm going to hold this real sturdy, and it's got to go right down. Can you see? It goes against. It's not showing up so good. So we get some contrast. But there's a. I'll take that out and do it this way. See this brass? That tag goes on top of that brass, in between the brass and the orange housing. Do not put it next to the brush. Okay? I'll do it just a little bit, show you. Now you got brass showing and a little bit of the tag that's on the wire. Now I'm going to try to push it all the way in so you can see how that goes. But you should look at how you take them apart when you do the disassembly, so you know how it goes back. That's the best thing. Okay, now you can see the red wire that is attached to that brass tab is pushed all the way into the orange brush housing. So that's ready to install. Okay, I have the rayon beeswax coated cord, and I made a clove hinge, and you do it this way, like that, and it sticks real nice, and then I can put it right through your motor. This is how to install a motor. Okay, I'm going to go this way, get in there any way we want. It's going to take too long for the video, but do it anyway. We're going to get it around the housing. Okay, we'll get around this housing, so it's kind of kitty corner there. Okay, and this cord will last forever. You can use it for everywhere. I'll show you. Okay, get that clove hinge back there again, and we take this one, pull in there, and we do that. Get that nice and tight, the clove hinge around the two leads. Okay, now all we have to do is to get it sort of stabilized, and I pull on it, and like that, with a knot on top. Now what happens when the motor is floating for free, after you take these little cable clamp off of there, you can adjust everything is floating there. You can adjust this boot and get it all in line, and then you can tighten stuff up and adjust it. If it wobbles a little bit, you can adjust it till you at least get the clamp start nice and snug, and that's it. And you can use that over and over. It's a third hand, so it'll be holding your motor floating. You can adjust it for height. Have a little bit of a, it's pretty solid right on there. So this boot goes right along the housing of the metal housing that it goes over, and then that's it. Okay, now I'm going to put a little bit of silicone salve on here, not glue. It's the same type of material that we use for spark plugs to lubricate. I just want a little bit on where the gasket will rub, so it won't stick too much. Plus, it'll help the gasket rest a little bit because it's a lubricant. You just need hardly anything at all, because it hardly sticks anyway. So there's that. Okay.